Every Halloween, Monster Mash dominates the radio. Its creator, Bobby Pickett, serves as the primary model for what we consider a one-hit wonder. The common understanding is simple. An artist strikes gold for a few minutes, cashes a check, and then disappears from the music industry forever. But this assumption falls apart once you look at the names involved. The Grateful Dead spent decades filling stadiums and building one of history's most dedicated fan bases, yet they technically share that same label. Then there are the musicians who managed to score massive, isolated hits 3 separate times, navigating the industry by hiding behind entirely different identities. The one-hit wonder label is a mathematical curiosity, a byproduct of the rigid and often arbitrary rules of the Billboard charts. This graph tracks a song's journey through the Billboard rankings. According to Wayne Jancek, an act qualifies if they reach the top 40 exactly once. Fred Bronson uses an even tighter threshold. Registering a second song anywhere on the Hot 100 chart disqualifies them entirely. Modern analysts add more layers, looking at the time elapsed between singles and factoring in platinum album sales to ensure successful career musicians aren't caught in the math. These conflicting definitions reduce a musician's career to a debate over data thresholds, rather than the actual impact of their music. These metrics often ignore the overshadow effect. This happens when an artist continues to write hits, but the public simply forgets them because the signature song is too dominant. Albert Hammond reached number 5 with It Never Rains in Southern California. His follow-up single reached number 31, a legitimate hit, yet it was largely erased from the cultural narrative. The Scottish rockers Simple Minds saw the same thing. They recorded the defining track for The Breakfast Club, and then followed it with 3 distinct top 40 hits in the US. Because that first song became so culturally overwhelming, it redefined the band's entire legacy. In the public mind, they became one-hit wonders, regardless of the chart data. Then there are the industry giants, prolific artists who spent their careers working outside the mainstream and only accidentally breached the pop bubble. Frank Zappa built a vast and highly experimental catalog over 30 years. Yet because he crossed into the top 40 just once in 1982 with Valley Girl, he is technically listed alongside novelty acts. Alternative icon Beck falls into the same technical trap. His breakthrough track, Loser, reached the top 40, applying the label to a musician who has since achieved decades of critical acclaim and global touring success. For these artists, a pop hit is a statistical anomaly. Their status as one-hit wonders is a quirk of the charts rather than a lack of talent or longevity. The most interesting anomalies are the multiple appearances. These are musicians who navigate the industry by launching new projects or solo careers, scoring exactly 1 hit per identity. Ron Dante is the ultimate example. He reached the top 20 with a group in 1964, hit the top 10 with another band in 1969, and secretly provided the lead vocals for the number 1 hit by the animated band, The Archies. Rapper Everlast saw similar success. He first reached the top 5 as part of the hip-hop trio House of Pain with the anthem Jump Around. After splitting from the group, Everlast reinvented his sound and found massive solo success years later, demonstrating that a single artist can successfully relaunch a career from scratch. These performers prove that the artist often outlives the temporary commercial vehicle that made them famous in the first place. While usually viewed as a failure of momentum, reaching that single commercial peak is actually a rare collision of music and public attention. When a song perfectly aligns with the zeitgeist, it can outgrow the very people who recorded it, becoming a permanent fixture of a specific era. Whether the artist is an obscure doo-wop group or a rock legend, creating a track that becomes a permanent part of the cultural landscape is a monumental achievement. These singular hits remain deeply embedded in the radio rotation and public consciousness long after the charts themselves have been archived. The pop chart is a mathematical trap, but producing a true one-hit wonder means crafting a song that outlives the very system used to measure it.